If you like the content that's on this channel, remember to follow, like, and subscribe so that you get updates whenever all the other videos are going to get uploaded. There's like 4 or 5 people uploading videos, but this one specifically, this is esports, and that's what we're going to talk about. After many attempts at doing this intro, this is episode 2. Let's do this. Alright, C9 in the gauntlet. They did probably better than a lot of people thought they were going to. So, let's talk about that. Essentially, coming into it, C9 was going to play Gravity. People actually thought Gravity was going to win that. At a point, so did I. And essentially, I say that a lot. I should stop. Anyway, Gravity versus Cloud9. 2-0, Gravity, coming into it. Cloud9, reverse sweep. Do we know why? Well, Cloud9 tried really hard to make Amumu work. That Amumu was not working. I don't see why they wanted to play Mumu so badly. But, they tried it. I tried it. I failed. They went to other things. Other things worked. Who would have thought? Nobody is playing Mumu. Don't play Mumu. If you do not, no Mumu. Sad. Stop it. Wish I had my Mumu in here. Be real sad right now. But he's in the car, being real sad anyway. So, essentially, coming into this, hit it again. Anyway, deja vu. Gravity coming into this was probably reminding people a lot of the CLG of the past, when CLG could never come together towards the end of the split. There would always be this nice, smooth run about 6-7 weeks in, and then a nice, smooth run downwards for the rest of it. So weeks 8, 9, 10, and 11, if we're talking about season 3 and 4, and then playoffs. It's just like boom, crashing down. Not good. Never fun. What the fuck is this thing? Not esports. Um, excuse me. So essentially, oh my god, that is a bad habit. All right, so Gravity obviously known for their mostly off meta picks. Keen obviously is probably the bigger one of those assumptions. That's the right word. Keen didn't really play anything out of the ordinary this matchup, I believe. He played Victor game 1. What happened? Here we go. Victor game 2. Victor game 3. He's trying really hard to be Pole Belter. TF in game 4. And Fizz in game 5. The Fizz was a little bit of an off pick, I guess. But he went game 1, 2, and 3 with Victor. I'll assume he was trying to hope it turns out the way CLG did with TSM. That didn't happen. Let me see. Incarnation brought out Yasuo game 2. Went 0-4. Everybody died at least 4 times, I think, except for elimination in that game. On COD9 side that is. Game 3, Hyde took out the Shyvana again, and I thought... Oh, okay, he did. Yeah, he did. Okay, Incarnation brought out the Orianna. That's a combo they used against TSM in week 9, I believe. Week 9, I think it was? Week 9 or 8. The end of the very last game of the split for C9. So I think it was week 9. And it worked out great again. Fantastic. He had 209 minions to the 65 of the Gragas of move on Gragas. So I mean, he had stated devours. He was doing tons of damage. They had a nice front line doing tons of damage. He did in Maokai and Braum. So Braum actually does a decent amount of damage. Braum is finding his way back into the meta these days. But I think it depends on certain picks, because I think trying to see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I want to say that Braum is just becoming a better pick because of the CC that he gives you and the shield for the most part. I think it depends on who you're playing with, because if you pick Braum into Gnar, I believe it works the same way as if it was Gnar into Yasuo, where it blocks his boomerang, so he can't really poke, and he loses the cooldown for like 20 seconds. So if you're like in the middle of a team fight towards Dragon Pit or something, and all of a sudden Gnar is trying to poke you with his Q, Braum can pretty much just go, stand behind Braum with a shield, and just block it entirely. Like, nothing will happen. Absolutely nothing. I think he'll get the stack of like the Gnar's W, but that's pretty much it. Nothing else. The team fight will probably die out. I think he gets the rage too, so I guess it doesn't work that great. But he loses the cooldown for it, which I think is big enough at the time for it to really matter. Um, Holy shit. Sneaky went 9-0 and 7 in the last game. Holy moly. That last game was a stomp. He kills his dad. 12, 21. So it's 21-2. Jesus Christ. That's a bit of a stomp. If I do say so myself. I think the game was fair. I think it was the quickest game of the series too, game 5. That point, Gravity was just like, yeah, man, we're doing real good. And then they were like tilting all the way down as far as possible. So that's the C9 Gravity matchup. I think what was it in the first two games? I think Cloud9 just pretty much they Cloud9 adapted really well in this series after going 0-2. So like in the pick and bans, they did really well actually. I don't know why they didn't just do that in the first two games though. They had all that shit already. Hmm. Oh well. Anyway, to the next game, Cloud9 versus Team Impulse. This was one that after the second game loss actually looked like it was going to be a 3-0. Um, Impulse was destroying Cloud9 in the first two games, much more than Gravity was the first day. Like it was like if that happened, then eventually TL should just be able to sweep C9 easy peasy because TL was probably the stronger of those other three teams. Um, let's see, game one. I don't really like this team comp from C9. So essentially, they lock Maokai, Elise, Ashe, Janna, and Varus. And Impulse has Shen, Sivir, Azir, Gragas, and then Soraka, which was what they used to cheese Liquid, I believe, in the third, fourth place match in game 2, and then force Liquid to permaban it. I don't think Cloud9 permabanned it though. Yeah, they left it open in game 2 again. So they gave Adrian Soraka twice. And then I think they might have banned it because he didn't play it afterwards. Yeah, he played Alistair, Gianna. But they even gave Apollo the Callista in game 5. I think this game was a lot closer, actually, if I remember correctly. I think this game went on for a while, too. How long was this game? Oh, no, this game was 38 minutes long. Jesus Christ. It's not that bad. Oh, and Gate had Vel'Koz. That was a pick that I don't think anybody was really expecting. I wasn't expecting Vel'Koz at all. I don't think I think Vel'Koz had some competitive play when he was first released, and after that, it was just kind of like, because, oh, darn. Ah, ah, Spazzy coming at you. Um, but these games were pretty much, yeah. So in games 1 through 4, or games 1 through 2, Cloud9 didn't ban the Soraka, and that I think cost them a little bit. I think it cost them both those games. They just couldn't handle it. And then games 3 and 4, Impulse never banned Vayne and picked Sivir into it twice. Sivir Alistar into it twice. Like into a Vayne, Janna, and Vayne. Oh no, Vayne Morgana twice. Yeah. So that the Vayne Morgana bottom lane destroys Sivir and Alistar. Because for one, Vayne counters both of those champions in the late game anyway. Or even early game. Vayne does pretty well against Sivir. And then in the late game, it doesn't matter with Alistar's ulti. He'll take less damage, but once it's true damage procs, it just doesn't matter. She'll have a Bork and everything, so who cares? And then the Morgana pick is good because it's fucking Morgana. She can spell shield all of Alistar's shit, and then bind him, and then RIP before level 6. So in lane, that's pretty easy. Then game 5 came around, and Cloud9 drafted Maokai, Elise, Tristana, Karma, and Azir. Pretty standard comp these days, I think. That might change a little bit after. I think this was on 5.14 still, I think. Or was it 15? I think it might be 15. I don't think. No, it can't be 15. Fuck, does it tell me? It doesn't. No. God, what the hell? How to sell? Doesn't tell me. I'm pretty sure it was 5.14 though. I don't think 15 is. No, it was 15. It's 15 because of the new Gangplank and Janna and updates and all that other shit. Or not Janna, Fiora and the Fiora update. Yeah, it's 15. So I remember Fiora has been being played a little bit in a bunch of different regions. I don't think she was played in this series though. Let me see. Impact Shen, Balls Maokai, Balls Gnar, Impact Fizz, Balls Rumble, Impact Shen, Balls Rumble, Impact Shen, Balls Maokai, Impact Lulu. Yeah, so no Fiora in this game, but or at least this series I should say. But Fiora's pretty good nowadays. I think we'll see her played in the promotion tournaments next week or this weekend actually. Anyway, so that series was okay. It's it's so hard to judge because I hate to bandwagon and just straight up follow what anybody else says. But if you've listened to any of the Summoning Insights or anything that Monte Cristo has been on recently with Thorin, he does bring up a good point in the fact that NA every see just about every team in NA is trash at teleporting and just making these just bigger map plays. And NA is really weak as a region right now, so it's really hard to determine. It was an exciting match because of the reverse sweep, but the matches themselves were really sloppy, and it's not like watching SKT play. I can tell you that it's much different than watching SKT play. SKT play is just about perfectly, and I think LGD is pretty up there. They had some shaky games against QG, but QG themselves is a pretty decent team also. So, not to say that KT wasn't a good team, but they got thrashed by SKT 3-0. Oh my god, that was unexpected. But yeah, just about every team in NA right now is pretty bad with that kind of stuff. NA as a whole is pretty weak. I think, trying not to be biased, I do still think CLG has a better chance in those kind of map plays. I don't actually think that a NA team will break groups. It depends on the groups, but I don't think an NA team will actually break through the group quarters. I think CLG TSM can. I don't think Cloud9 will. I think this entire gauntlet was a fluke in some way. This C9 gauntlet run is literally the image that Riot is trying not to give of like setting everything up. Like this is almost like this is like a perfect story where it's just like, oh yeah, we'll being Riot here, which is like, yeah, we'll set this up where uh Cloud9. Cloud9 gets is in the gauntlet. People want to see Cloud9 at Worlds. It'd be much more exciting. We'll get more views rather than having Impulse or Liquid. Look, it's the perfect storm. We need we'll make this happen. We'll set it up. We can have them play a bunch of games and then put them on the stage while they're sitting there, and then whichever ones Cloud9 wins, we'll put 3 up there. But we're gonna put 2 gravity ones and impulse ones before them. That's gonna be beautiful. People are gonna dig the reverse sweeps. It'll be fantastic. It's the perfect storm. It's the perfect story. It'd be great. Like it's so feels like it was set up, but it like there's no way you could set something like this up. It's ridiculous. The only time I think Cloud9 could do well in Worlds is if they break groups. Because the way they adapt in best of fives was really good in this gauntlet. But in a best of one series, in like group stages and stuff, best of twos, whatever it was, I don't think they will do that well. They might be if they're paired with like the wild card team, they might be able to take a win, but I don't really see them taking a win in groups. Like I said, it still depends on the group, but they could be paired with like kind of teams that you don't want to be paired with. Um, which is kind of a lot of them at Worlds this year, but let's go back and look for this. Here we go, the format. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Like they can literally be paired with anybody. They can be paired with anybody except for Origin and the top 2. Oh my God! Yeah, no, I don't think C9 is gonna get a win in groups. I don't see it being possible. So essentially, the 2 people that I said that they could get wins off of are the wild card teams, and the format is pool 3, which is where number 3 NA and EU are in, is also the same pool of the wild cards, which they can't end up in the same group. That means, so we got C9, Origin, and the 2 wildcard teams that cannot play each other. After that, for Cloud9, the only person they can't play in every other group is CLG and TSM. They can play everybody else, and everybody else will stomp them. I don't think we know who the 3rd team is yet for China, or the 2nd team, actually. I don't think they did any of their gauntlet yet. When is this happening? Oh, it's happening tonight. That's right. That is happening tonight. Yeah, that is happening tonight. Double elimination tournament bracket round 1 of winners bracket is a best of 3. The others are best of 5. Um, did they have the bracket on here? Who's playing? Can I look at LPL and find out? Is that on here already? It is. Okay. So EDG is playing Snake, and QG is playing Invictus tonight. Wait, what the fuck? Oh. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Yeah. So China's bracket is a little different. Um. Yeah. So China's bracket is a little different. So essentially, China's bracket is going to be there's an upper bracket and a lower bracket. So in the upper bracket, which is tonight, you have EDG playing Snake and then QG playing Invictus. Personally, I think EDG and holy shit, EDG and QG are gonna go through and play, um, which means Snake and Invictus will play tomorrow or Saturday morning or yeah, Saturday morning, early morning for me. So Friday night basically, tomorrow night. Um, fuck, I am so confused with my days. What is actually happening? When are these teams actually playing? Is it tonight or is it tomorrow? Or it's not tonight. It's the fourth. So in 2 days. All right. Oh my god, this sucks. All right. So in 2 days, EDG is gonna play Snake. QG is gonna play Invictus. I think EDG is gonna play QG in the upper bracket round final. Which means the winner of that goes to Worlds. So I don't actually know who would win that. I think QG will win that though. I think QG could probably pull it out. I think it'll be a close series, but I think QG will win 3-2. Um, but then after that, Snake versus Invictus will go through. Snake, I want to see go through. They've been so on and off throughout the split. It's crazy. So is Invictus really though. I think that's a coin flip. I think it'll be 3-2. I think it'll be 5 games. I don't know who will actually win that, but whoever does will play EDG, and I think EDG is just gonna win that 3-1 or 3-0. I don't think EDG will have any problem against either one of those teams, even though they fucking lost to fucking Invictus already 3-1. Um, I think it depends on how they look against Snake. I guess we'll find out soon. But I think it'll be EDG and QG going to Worlds. Um, so I think that gives us all of our Worlds contenders, doesn't it? Hold on, I'm gonna try and find where it says all the teams that are currently going to. Oh, I don't think we actually know who's the third team from Korea going. Oh wait, is this it? Okay, here we go. All right, so the teams we know that are actually going is LGD, SKT, Coup Tigers, Fnatic, H2K, Origin, CLG, TSM, Cloud9, AHQ, Yowie Flash Wolves, Bangkok Titans, and then we don't know the other wildcard team. So we need both China, which I think will be EDG and QG, and then LCK, which I think will be KT. I know Jin just beat Najin, so Najin's actually not going to Worlds for once. Um, they're playing CJ. Is that tonight? I think that was what might have been tonight. Champions LCK Korea. Yeah, that's tonight. I didn't really get to watch the games last night. I know Jin won 3-0, but I still think CJ will probably win. I think depending on how CJ looks tonight, we'll decide if CJ actually goes to Worlds again for once since season 2. Same thing with CLG. I think this is the season, baby. This is season 2 Worlds all over again, except SKT is there. But yeah, I think CJ can go, but KT is looking pretty good. So I don't actually know. But I think CJ will beat Jenner. Easy. It'll be 3-0 or 3-1. I'm pretty confident CJ can win. Um, if CJ ends up winning and plays against KT, uh, then I don't know. I want to say it'll be 3-2 in favor of KT. KT has started looking much better than CJ recently. So I think KT can pull it through. I think KT can do a 3-2. Easy. Not easy, but I think they can do it. I think it's a fair statement. Who else is left? In the wild card teams, I didn't actually pay attention too much. I did pay. I rewatched some of them. I didn't watch the finals that got Titans in, so I don't know 100%. But going off what we know right now, let's see what the possible groups could be. So in Pool 1, you have CLG, Fnatic, SKT, and LGD. So that means alright, so we'll just say we'll put it in respective order. So, hold on, let me see if I can bring this up here. Step. I'll call that groups. I'll bring it here. Hopefully this worked because I don't think it did. Here we go. We're about to find out. And it didn't work. Okay. Let's get rid of this then. Why didn't that work? What the fuck happened? Yazo, please. Is my Gyazo like broken right now? Alright. I'm sure there's a picture on Google. Give me 1 second. Yeah, here we go. Okay. I'll just save this as groups again. Get rid of the other one. Alright, so smaller. Yeah, we'll just put this up here for now. We're gonna make this a little bigger again anyway, covering some of this stuff. Okay. Alright, so essentially say we put move this. I'm gonna move myself over a little bit. Oh, no, I won't. Hold on. Here we go. Alright. So looking at Worlds group stage, let's say, how about G? Let's see the possibilities. Alright, so you have CLG, Fnatic, LGD, and SKT in Pool 1, which is right here. So it's for easy sake, we'll say NA, EU, China, Korea. So we have CLG here, Fnatic here, LGD here, and SKT. In Pool 2, you can have LMS, number 2, Korea, which is Ku Tigers, number 2, China, which we don't know, number 2, NA, TSM, Yoi Flash Wolves, number 3, Korea, number 3, China, and H2K. So, essentially, the possibilities that we could have is we'll have, in a group, we could have CLG, AHQ, H2K. Oh, I didn't even go over Pool 3. Holy moly. Pool 3. So then we put Cloud9, Origin, Wildcard, Wildcard. Alright, so at most, Oh, Jesus Christ. I think CLG has a pretty easy group. It's possible. They could. It's very possible. So you have CLG here. We'll say the easiest group that I think CLG could get um, would be... Uh, none of it's really that easy, if I'm being honest. Alright, so we'll say the easiest group could be CLG, H2K, Yowie Flash Wolves, Wildcard Team. That right there makes me think that CLG could probably get Seed 1 easy. If CLG makes it out of groups in that group, then I don't think H2K will. Because I think Yowie Flash Wolves is actually pretty decent. So CLG gets 1 or 2. Yowie Flash Wolves gets 1 or 2. Other than that, the hardest group I would say for that would be CLG, uh, True Tigers, or any of the Korean teams, any of the Chinese teams, and then Origin. That's a possibility. And then over here we have Fnatic, where it could be the same types of possibilities, different group, and then except for Pool 3, it could be Cloud9. So you could see Cloud9 versus Fnatic revamped, where I think Fnatic will just stomp them again. But like Pool 1, Group C. Group C could also be China. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So the groups that have the Korean teams in them as like group 1, so whatever group LGD and SKT go to is probably going to be fairly easy because they won't be able to face any of each other. So I think there's a good possibility that whichever team you see LGD or SKT in, it's possible that if for Group C, if it was LGD, you would see Ku Tigers, and then for SKT, you would see EDG or QG. I think that's very possible. I think that's probably like, I know it's a random pool draw, and that's going to be done live, but I think that's a possibility. I think that's probably what would happen too, just because in Pool 2, for the Korean and Chinese teams, you're taking away 2 teams that you just can't play. So instead of 8 teams being in the pool for you to draw from, there's 6. Whereas for NA or EU, instead of 8 teams, there is 7, I believe. Yeah, there would be 7. So it's not a big difference, but it can change a lot of things. Um, I don't know. I'm excited for Worlds right now. I think it'll be a good showing. I think all the teams going to Worlds this year are pretty good, actually. I think this is probably the most, or not the most, the least stacked Worlds that we have right now. Oh, like ever, I think, except for maybe season 2. I don't think season 2 was really all that stacked, except like when Zubu Blaze showed up. That, or not Zubu Blaze, Zubu Frost was there. So CJ was in that one, but TPA came out of like literally nowhere. And then you had World Elite too, but I don't I don't remember what happened to World Elite in that. I think, oh my fucking god, yes I do. That was the 8-hour long pause between CLG, EU, and WE. Goddamn, that was a crazy long Worlds. It lasted, I think, a lot longer than it was supposed to, just from the time that had to be taken away from to keep resetting those fucking games. That was a time. Okay. Let's see. All right, so we did C9 in the Gauntlet. We did Teams of Worlds, All Stars 2015. This one will be quick. So the video will probably be a little longer than the intro video, but we're just about wrapping up. Back to articles here. All Star Event 20. So It's kind of confusing. I'm waiting for them to explain it a little more because right now it says we have evolving from 2014's NALCS voting format. Fans will vote in 5 players to represent their regional dream teams for NALCS, EULCS, LCK, LPL, and LMS this year. With the international wildcards top team added into the. These 6 teams will be assigned to Team Fire or Team Ice based on their region's performance at Worlds. The teams will battle for fame, fun, and player rewards for their region. Um, Global voting will open in November, and we'll share more information about how to catch your closer. Yeah. So what I don't get is so all right. When it says evolving from 2014, so they during that format with the voting, and the dream teams, that's more like 2013's All Stars, which I really liked. I liked 2013's All Stars a lot more than 2014's. And I think 2014's was the best teams from the regions, and then you had Team Fire and Team Ice just do a bunch of the rest. It was okay, but like, it's not. It's not really like an all star match. Um, so I like that part of it. But then they go on and say that those teams will be assigned to Team Fire or Team Ice based on the performance at Worlds. I don't know what that means. That sends it in a whole different direction than what they were talking about a sentence before. Because they were talking about doing actual voting where you vote in 5 players to represent the regional dream teams for each region. So you vote in a jungler, a top laner, bottom lane, mid laner. That's cool for each region. That's awesome. That makes everything fantastic. Faker's probably gonna be there. So, but then they say it'll be assigned to Team Fire or Team Ice. See, that makes me think of 2 options that they could be doing with it. I think that they could make that so essentially they can split the 6 regions and then do a 3v3 type thing against each other for Fire and Ice. Or they will take each region. See, like it doesn't make any sense. It has to be a 3v3, I think. So they could just take them and do a 3v3, or they could literally just mix them into 3 different teams, and then boom, there you go again. It's another 3v3. Like why would you do that? And then they go on to say, want to send Rush Hour or Sneaky Bunny to represent NALCS. Global voting will open in November. But like that, what does that mean? That wouldn't be NALCS. It would be, do you want to see them represent Team Fire or Team Ice? That's what they are saying. What is with the Fire and Ice shit again? That wasn't good last year, and it won't be good now. I don't get it. I don't know why they keep doing with the Fire and Ice shit. They had it going. They had a great start. They had an awesome start. And then they took it and smashed it to the ground. Another thing I don't really like about this one is that it is taking place in the NALCS studio in LA from December 10th through 14th. The ASE will bring beloved players from around the world together, all in a revamped theater in the round studio layout to accommodate more fans. From all right, so from what we can see from watching NALCS, the studio itself doesn't look that large. Like you have the stage, then you have like audience seats going up this way. I think it's like what, maybe 25 rows of people going up that way watching the stage. So essentially, what I think they would do like they said they're doing the round thing, so it's gonna make it like this. I'll assume might go all the way around, and like a Dota format, it'll be in the center, like the TI5 was. But I don't know. It doesn't sound. I don't like that they're doing it in the NALCS studio. especially since there aren't that many international tournaments anymore because of the LCS itself being existent. That it just doesn't make it doesn't make any sense. You can bring it to somewhere else that's much bigger. You can rent a whole other place and it would be perfectly fine. I don't like. I understand Riot doesn't make money off of LCS, but not supporting everything else is kind of dumb. I don't know. They said they'll release more information. They said so. We'll see soon enough, I guess. But eh, 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 eh. I don't know. I don't like it so far. I hope they change it. I hope they change venues. Honestly, I know they're probably already setting up for it, but be a couple thousand people. That pushing it even. I don't know. I think there's like what 3 to 500 people or so like that in LCS every day. I think. Well, every week, maybe a little less actually. I've never been to the actual studio, so I don't know, but it won't compare to MSG at all. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. So that's probably the wrap up of this video. If you liked this episode, there will be more every Wednesday. Well, I will fucking wait. This guy will be doing more of these videos every time or every Wednesday. I will be trying to do something like this. It won't be League every time. I will try to do other things as well. That's why it's called Esports. Now let's talk League. Other than that, if you like the video, subscribe, comment, let me know how I did because I'm still trying to get used to this whole video thing. I must have spent like an hour and a half doing intros to how I would like to see the video start. If I was better at video editing, I could have put like a montage or something when it was like, and that's the start of the video. Boom, something like that. But I'm not good at them, so I didn't. I didn't do anything. I just kind of had it. That was that. I really like these glasses though. They're not mine. Somebody left them here. But other than that, subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of videos coming up. There's like 4 or 5 different people uploading videos at the same time. Um, Scribby is the main person who does the uploading for I think Call of Duty and like XCOM, and Sunstorm who's doing Hearthstone, I believe. I'm doing some Diablo. I think he'll be doing some Diablo also. I don't know what everyone else is doing. I know Scribby's probably gonna be doing a lot of Metal Gear. I think there's 2 or 3 other people. I don't remember. I'm not keeping track. I'm just doing my stuff. This is my stuff. This is esports, baby. That's what we live for. All right. After that, you can all get out. Get away from my video. If you want to watch what we do live, go to our Twitch channel. It's to the top. Multi Twitch. If you were watching this from the front page of the channel, which I don't think you would be. But if you're on the front page of the channel, it's like there. It's in that corner. This is the banner. In this. This in this corner. Don't listen to my first gen. This corner. Bottom. Do it. It's a multi Twitch. Got all the channels there. Follow those two. That's where we run from. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I should stop. This has been episode 2 of Let's Talk Esports. And it's GG.